Run it back, boys. Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are going at it again one more time for all the marbles. Right or wrong? No, we don't have all the belts on the line, but that doesn't matter. This is the lineal title on the line, the only title that actually matters. Oleksandr Usyk beat Tyson Fury in his last fight. Automatic rematch clause, so you know we got to do it again, because once ain't good enough, especially when a fight is as good as it was the first one. And make no mistake about it, that was a good fight. Yes, I'm excited this weekend. If you can't tell, I think we need to talk about the first fight first. Again, so we've done a preview or a post-mortem on this fight against Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. The reason I'm saying Fury's name first is because he was the lineal champion at the time. So the first fight was a tale of kind of three adjustments. Okay, so you had the first one, which was not even an adjustment. It was the initial read by both Fury and Usyk. What they did was, and we're going to talk about this in our upcoming film study, which comes out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But what we read there was Usyk was wanting to use a lot of motion, a lot of head movement to slip to the inside and to the outside, and use his southpaw outside foot advantage. Tyson Fury said, hey, I'm way bigger than this guy. He's a rabbit. Like we heard him say it the entire time coming up. He's a rabbit. I'm not worried about him. I'll beat the dosser. He ended up almost getting knocked out, but the point still remains, it changed how he fought. Tyson Fury didn't whip out the long jab early on. Instead, he decided to use the long guard. And he really did a good job of not letting Usyk mount a good offensive attack early on. So instead, what Usyk decided to do, and he kind of set out to do this early on, let's be honest. What Usyk decided to do was to slip to the outside of the jab when Fury would push the jab, or when he was using the long guard. So keep in mind, the long guard is like, hey, stay away. That's the long guard, just using your long length to keep the guy off of you. Usyk said, okay, I'm a southpaw, so guess what? We're slipping, and boom, left cross to the body, just whap to the body. And Tyson Fury, with his big, soft body, probably did not like that whatsoever. So Tyson Fury's adjustment to that was, okay, fine, you're going to do that. Let's go ahead and fire up this uppercut. And Tyson Fury had a lot of success with the uppercut to the body because Usyk is stepping in. And he managed to kind of not wobble, because we're going to talk about in the film study, but basically he kind of tripped up Oleksandr Usyk. So the body shot, we knew Usyk was going to have a problem with the body shot going in. So what does Fury do? Instead of trying to knock him out, he goes to the body. It makes sense. We saw him almost lose to Daniel Dubois because of the body shot. Cheating aside, whatever, I think what really changed in this fight, though, was Usyk's ability to pick up that uppercut and start pivoting away. So keep in mind, they're southpaw versus orthodox, which means their lead feet are together. When Usyk gets the outside foot advantage, because he consistently got it all fight, when he got that outside foot advantage, he decided, hey, I need to pivot out away from the power hand of Tyson Fury. And he did that. That pivoting out and corralling him to the ropes and to the corner specifically really allowed Oleksandr Usyk to finally catch Tyson Fury. That knife was, I know it was in the center of the ring, but that is where he really managed to get Fury to force him out to his power hand side, to his left, Fury's right, and land that big blow. Almost knocked him out, saved by the bell and saved by the ropes, if we're going to be honest. So the end of that fight was kind of just Usyk kind of in cruise control. He's won the fight. He's won the narrative. These boxing judges don't actually judge him round by round. Let's be honest, there's no way they do that. They judge it by the feel and then fill in the rounds kind of here and there, So that's kind of what they do. So what can Tyson Fury do to win in this fight? The onus is on Tyson Fury to beat Oleksandr Usyk, not the other way around. Usyk's going to have to anticipate how Tyson Fury is going to approach this fight. Is he going to jab more? Is he going to look to lean on me more? More on that in a second. It's a little bit of foreshadowing right there, right? But what is Tyson Fury going to do? It's up to Tyson Fury, who was outboxed in the first fight, to change the approach. So we talked about the long guard. We talked about Fury kind of just being out there, the uppercuts to the body from the very beginning. Abandon the long guard, use the jab, hit the body. That's the first thing he needs to do, is just or fire an uppercut to the body. Let Usyk know, let Oleksandr Usyk know, hey, this is going to be a long and grueling night. I'm also going to advocate something else for Tyson Fury here that is going to be very controversial. People are not going to like this. Tyson Fury has to cheat. He cheated a lot in the first fight, and it really did get under Oleksandr Usyk's skin. You remember Usyk pounding his side because Fury had caught him in the back of the head, hit him low, headbutts happened in that fight. Tyson Fury has to cheat. He has to get in there and be dirty. I'm talking like super dirty. Now, I'm not like saying, hey, hit him in the balls on purpose, because that's not the way to go there, buddy. But hit him marginally low. Hit him on the hips. Make him mad. Make him frustrated, so he has to kind of deal with not just you, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, but also his emotions, okay? If he's shown that, hey, I'm frustrated, that's what we got to do. Another thing, when you got a faster opponent, somebody faster than you, that keeps dipping to the outside and punching you in the body, how do you fix that? You grab onto him. Tyson Fury is also going to have to clinch. Think about the Deontay Wilder fight where he kept leaning on Wilder in the third fight, and Wilder had to take a knee, just making life miserable for Deontay Wilder in the clinch. He didn't clinch that much against Oleksandr Usyk. A lot of that's on Oleksandr Usyk for, denying the clinch, getting the outside foot advantage, and really kind of pivoting out and away and actually doing the peek out Francis Ngannou did. He did that once, actually. It was really cool. Also, the high guard really helped for Usyk, too. The high guard where he gets on to the collarbones. So Fury's going to have to get in there, and really he's going to have to have been working on this since the fight ended, right? He's going to have to get in there and grab the clinch from the outside foot or the inside foot position. Start tying up early, and then lean on him. Push him against the ropes. Smother him. You're a big guy, Tyson. You're huge. 270 pounds. Something like that. He's massive. Tyson Fury's huge. There's no reason he shouldn't have been leaning on him in the first fight, other than I'm going to keep him away from me. The dude fought Deontay Wilder, the heaviest hitter in boxing today, in this era. By far is Deontay Wilder. Ate a prime lick in the first one and got back up. You can't be scared to clinch with Oleksandr Usyk. Treat him like that. Once he's good and tired, Tyson Fury will feast. He'll have a field day on Oleksandr Usyk. And if he makes those adjustments, I think he can get away with this win. It's going to be like, wow, okay, yeah. Tyson Fury really is a smart fighter. I think I am leaning Tyson Fury. I could be wrong now. This is kind of a 55-45 for me. I still can see Oleksandr Usyk doing his thing, but my gut's telling me Tyson Fury. Adjustments from Usyk, again, it's going to be determined about what Tyson Fury does, right? So if Fury comes out there and fights the same way, Usyk knows what he has to do. He knows he has to hit that outside angle, pivot out, start hitting the body with the left hand early on. He can finish Tyson Fury if he does that. And if this all plays out now, if Tyson Fury starts to clinch, Usyk's going to have to start understanding where he's clinching, right? He's going to have to anticipate the clinch. That high guard's going to have to stay there to get between him and Fury. The peek out's going to be big, especially if Tyson Fury starts hanging that long, lanky arm over the back of his neck as Usyk comes in. He's going to have to stay out the corners and off the ropes. All of this. And also, if what I'm anticipating is right, and Tyson Fury does fight dirty, he's going to have his mental faculties around him. He's already beat Tyson Fury once. Why let him get under your skin now? You're the lineal champion, Oleksandr Usyk. Why let Tyson Fury get under your skin now? And that's kind of the gist of it for me. Like, if Usyk can really understand, and he's a genius boxer, man. Let's be real. Oleksandr Usyk is the smartest heavyweight we've seen since the Klitschko brothers. Almost 10 years ago, speaking of. I think it's actually kind of poetic, too. 10 years ago, Tyson Fury took Klitschko's lineal title, and it wasn't returned after all the Tyson Fury, debacle of drug abuse and becoming 400 pounds and then come back against Deontay Wilder, never meeting up with Anthony Joshua, but still taking on the scariest man in the division. Like, revisionist history will tell you, oh, Deontay Wilder sucks. Look at him losing to Joseph Parker here. Yeah. But Wilder was the scariest guy in the division. Joshua actively avoided him. So, for it to be Fury for nearly 10 years, I guess, nearly 10 years, 9 years ago, and it to end back up in the hands of the next generation of Ukrainian boxers, it's kind of poetic. So, anyways, off of that, the adjustments for Usyk really are going to depend on what Tyson Fury does, because Usyk's not going to be able to go in there and game plan the same Tyson Fury. He's going to have to go out there and dare him to do something different, sure. But Tyson Fury, he's not a dumb boxer. He's smart. He can go out there and, oh, look, the first round, we're doing the same thing, Oleksandr Usyk. And then whop. Tyson, mess him up. No K-Dot reference. I'm hip, guys. I know Kendrick. Come on. I know Kendrick. But if he can go out there and adjust to Tyson Fury's adjustments and say, hey, I've got you cornered everywhere you go, might be a good night for an Oleksandr Usyk fan. Again, I'm 55-45, leaning Tyson Fury. What's next? What's after the rematch for these guys? What is after the rematch? I think, all right, so we'll have two scenarios here. If Oleksandr Usyk wins, he mentioned going back down to cruiserweight. I think that's a terrible idea. I think that's a dumb idea. But I also think, Usyk can retire off of this. What's he got to prove? He's going to go fight Daniel Dubois again? I already beat him. He's got a belt. But at the same time, like, what else is there? What's Beterbiev going to come up and fight him? That would be kind of fun, revisit the Olympic thing, sure. But, like, there's no belts attached to that. It's just a fight for the name's sake of Usyk and Beterbiev, the Olympic matchup. Go watch that Olympic boxing fight. Beterbiev, I believe, dropped Oleksandr Usyk in one of those fights. But for Tyson Fury, I could see him going on to fight Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua again, if he wins. He absolutely will not fight Oleksandr Usyk again. After he beats him, that's game over. He'll never fight him again. I mean, he fought Wilder 3 times, but that was kind of rematch clausey. So I think Fury can go on to have another 2-3 fights, but like the typical Fury fights, the Wembley big fights of a gimme, like he beats Daniel Dubois. Or he might not after Daniel Dubois' whooping of Anthony Joshua, which would be ironic because remember when Tyson Fury told Usyk, go ahead, you're not going to fight me, go ahead and fight Daniel Dubois for pennies. That happened. But so this fight, this weekend, I'm really excited. It's going to be a blast. And we have an opportunity to see some great offensive boxing and some great defensive boxing. Now, if you want to know what's really good defensive boxing, let's take a minute and talk about Shakur Stevenson and his boxing masterclass. The dude is a defensive master. As much as you want to hate him for being boring, he's hard to hit. And we could see some of this pop up in Usyk versus Fury 2 this weekend.